Moreover, these YouTubers are all more entrepreneurial and cunning than we are. And they have good business acumen too. And more importantly, it is a thriving and highly profitable business for many of these channel owners out there. My first port of call, of course, is the owner of the channel SPBB Lover, as he was obviously present in the background with his narration during the badly acted out rescue and treatment of Janet. Oops. Wrong page. I gathered he's still running at least 2 to 3 separate Facebook pages, all with different profiles. Here's the right one. Nothing really special, so I scrolled down. Behold, here's the first piece of jigsaw I was looking for. Looks as though this person who owns the channel Newborn Monkey was bemoaning at his drop of income since May this year. So what was so special about his channel in May?
Wow!
Let's find out. I see, tormenting the orphan Santa brought this channel owner insane number of views, and in particular this video of bathing Santa brought him a windfall of ad revenue. Considering the highest paid profession, a doctor in Cambodia earns about $15,000 a year, he has managed to earn 1/3 of this in a month by getting a baby monkey to work for him. All he did was to sit back and set this poor creature up while letting the camera roll. I gather that Santa was confiscated by Wildlife Alliance later as people complained about these videos. Consequently, he and another dozen cameramen lost their cash cow and their income dropped back to probably a few $100s a month again, which is still a very large sum in Cambodia. I think since my video examining this series of mysterious death postpartum has come to light, someone has become more cautious about bringing us more orphans this way. But Alita, Sabrina and Santa have brought these several dozen channels tens of thousands of dollars in ad revenue already. Obviously very few is forthcoming with how much they earn from making these videos over there. Hooray, here's another one! Let's check out his Facebook page. So this particular cameraman is part of the party over there in Batambang. Do you recognize any of these names? So here's another piece of a jigsaw. His channel brought him just over $1,500 in July alone. Hold on. He also films in Angkor too. And this one from Angkor wasn't doing so well then. I suspect it had been demonetized. Just like another channel owner lamented in the comment section. So my speculation is correct that they own multiple channels to spread out the risk as well as for earning more. So he is one of those early parties who began filming in that nondescript temple in Batambang province too. His channel was also involved in filming Kaya's demise. What's more, Kaya's demise has managed to bring his newly established channel, as with many other new channels filming there around that time, to meet the YouTube requirements to start earning ad money in an astonishing short time. And more, consolidating a viewership largely from developed countries as most of them were following the same genre in the Angkor forest then, and was hungry for more. Kaya and her mother were the sacrificial lamb in the process. Viewers did smell something fishy there, but were powerless to do anything about it. And sadly for many of them, they were simply hooked onto this tragedy rescue drama genre to think about it. It didn't take long before her baby Kaya met the same fate under the hands of a fake vet. So the family's no more. Everything happened shortly after these cameramen arrived. So by the sound of it, this particular cameraman has heeded the call of running multiple channels and putting drama into them, and is doing nicely from the ads too. In one day, he could earn about $70 and nearly $90 from the two channels he's shown respectively. So in a month this October, his combined earning could be around $3,000 to $4,000 from these two channels alone. But he obviously has more than two channels. The other thing we have learnt so far is the importance of creating real dramas, not just clickbaiting titles in order to boost the earning of a channel several times fold. But regardless, their life has been transformed immeasurably. Nice gadgets, costing several $1,000s altogether. But more disturbing is the business-like mentality behind all these channels. Words must have gone out that easy money could be made by making monkey videos, but to save effort and time, and to start earning immediately, it is far easier to buy channels that have been set up for the YouTube ad program already and run them yourself. Yes, everything really is about the money these monkeys can bring to them. But he's really a small fry in comparison. Earning up to a few $1,000s perhaps is enough for most of them. There are bigger players around who makes more, and a whole lot more in 1 month. And I think I have found who this very rich person is, after repeatedly seeing similar ads to sell channels to prospective buyers on these Facebook pages. Basically, he sells a variety of channels, all with a solid subscriber base and substantial numbers of views, already earning ad money on the YouTube Partner Program. The asking price is from between $50 upwards to $1,000 depending on the genre and its earning potential. So far, it seems monkey channels are in high demand as it doesn't take much talent to run the show. As these semi-urbanized monkeys are abundant and easy to film, all one needs is a camera or a smartphone, and the ability to tease these poor creatures with a miserly lotus seed, and they'll do the job for you. Anyone can continue the channel and earn easy money this way. And it looks as though these ready-made, already earning channels do sell fast, and earns him good money too. People must have heard how profitable these Cambodian monkey channels could become and are willing to pay to save the hassle and time to build one up from scratch. After all, these channels are already earning even if one does nothing with it. It must be good investment as attested by the large sum of money involved. All it takes is a bit of work to get it flying again. Besides, he has the know-how to push the traffic for your channel too. Not only does he sell channels, he owns plenty himself too. He has so many those silver button plaque from YouTube that he is selling them away. However, his preferred genre is really about animals. Often not of the most tasteful nature either. Even some of his own successful channels have caught the eyes of YouTube too. It's not humanly possible to run all these on his own. He has a team and recruiting two to work for him, and they are based in the forest of Angkor. See what they think of these baby monkeys. While churning out these ready-made channels filled with these very same babies often being harassed and manipulated under their cameras. They keep the most successful channels themselves and selling lesser ones to those who want to try their hands on them. And this is a business model that many cameramen there are following. Hence we are seeing this explosion of channels in recent months. Most of them are sold off to make more money. This is a successful business model and he is a case in point of it. Obviously he is awash in money and is a role model for everyone to look up to. So much so, here one of his followers just did what he does too to get extra dosh. Selling off a lesser channel he has farmed. The team over at Batambang also runs a similar business model, often more visual and visceral, but is just as successful nonetheless. The two are business partners and they often meet up together. The person in charge over there is so proud of himself, he likens his production to a Hollywood studio. He may not get millions in box office, but he is definitely not doing badly either. These are just two of the main teams I could discern from a few pieces of jigsaw I could find, but I am sure there are other similar big players around there, like the team that have brought you Janet's miraculous rescue and more recently, a flood of orphan babies. They are all doing well financially from the ads these videos bring. A channel of less than a year's standing could bring in excess of $1,000 a month, and most of them own several. The spin-off business of selling ready-made channels is also profitable too. They are definitely not doing badly. Just look at the flashy motorcade and the brand new Apple laptops they all sport.
Now it's raining too.
First of all, drama is rare in nature. Take BBC's wildlife documentary series on monkeys, for example. It took the crew normally between 6 months to 1 year shooting in the wild before they could piece together enough footage to give us some kind of a soft drama. But we are seeing drama, and very disturbing ones sometimes, almost every other week, sometimes even every few days in the same few troops, and they aren't mega ones to start off with. Something just isn't right there. There's just too much coincidence every single time. It looks as though someone just never wants the drama to stop there. What's more, it wasn't like this for 18 months when they were first filming in the forest of Angkor then. The monkeys were just minding their own business and doing what they've been good at. Which is not very much really when they were all just relaxing, for most time of the day. Look. One of them even knew how to give food to them and let the monkeys sort it out themselves. Their hierarchy will work the feeding order out itself. Infants and babies rank at the bottom and they can only have whatever is left behind if they are lucky. It was peaceful but not much drama. And if you give them enough food, no one even bothers the lowly ranking little ones. So when did they suddenly forget this simple observation? Tropical fruit is so cheap in a tropical country like Cambodia. When did they become so poor that they could only afford to feed only 1 or 2 babies selectively? There was a fair amount of teasing to provoke them in those videos then. But these cameramen were filming something they see on a daily basis. They are pretty bored themselves while filming them. Even the most comical one there has his moment when he acts like just a normal monkey. Honestly, watching monkeys is not awfully interesting. Here's a study on what they do during a day. Not much, right? So what has changed there? What has begun to poison the vibes there, beginning with the murder of Brutus back in early 2018? One last note though, I believe there are still some good people there filming and running those Cambodian channels, but it's so hard to tell them apart from the rest from the several hundreds there are now. And money corrupts. How long could those people be able to hold themselves before trying to get onto the gravy train? This episode is going to upset a lot of people running those channels there. But I felt it has to be done after watching Kaya's mother's demise for the very first time while investigating this. That's just so inhumane, the way her whole family fell apart. They all know one another one way or another. They are all complicit in some of these animals' maltreatment. This episode might cost me my channel, for I have just ruffled up at least several dozen people's feathers there. Some of them are computer savvy. Indeed, I had received threats from these people in the past when I raised my concerns about the roadkill back in 2017. This time they might actually come to do it. But if these people in Hong Kong would risk their career to support in something they believe is right, I think losing a few $100s in pocket money is nothing in comparison if these unethical filming of monkeys could be brought to light. Finally, my dear viewers, you could help by downloading this episode and post it on your own channels. A voice could still be heard even this one goes out.